dumbass word.
Uh,
Uh, Lupe Fiasco apparently is dealing with a case of identity crisis, and it's because of Drake and Drake's lyrics. So I thought that this was funny. I thought that we would talk about this. It's kind of intriguing. So Lupe Fiasco chimed in on a video that went viral on social media that kind of parodies a man's like conflicting emotions when being exposed to Drake lyrics. So I'll go ahead and share this. Drake, I think at this point we can say is kind of a friend of the channel. Uh,
yeah, man.
We've mentioned Drake on this channel enough times that we can call
Graham.
Drake a friend of the channel. Yeah. So this says Lupe Fiasco hilariously comments on Drake's lyrics. Lupe Fiasco is an artist who is known for being a truly incredible lyricist. Throughout his career, he has provided fans with some truly incredible albums. Moreover, he is someone who is always pushing the envelope and providing fans with new music. We have gotten a couple of singles from Lupe here and there over the last few months, and they have all been great. That said, despite all of his success, there are still times when Lupe has been made to feel, quote, regular. As it turns out, Drake may be one of the reasons for this. We know this thanks to a meme that was posted on Twitter recently. In the video clip below, you can see how the meme makes fun of Drake and how his lyrics will have ordinary folks feeling like losers. From sleeping at the Sheraton to wearing New Balance and Levi's, Drake is taking aim at a lot of enemies of modern living. Overall, it is easy for Drake to do this as he has a whole lot of money, although sometimes it comes at the expense of his fans' egos. As Lupe Fiasco explains, Drake has made him question his own self.
Damn.
So you see, that's Drake. That's Lupe's tweet commented the original meme. So Lupe said, he makes me feel guilty for shit I ain't even do and question the legitimacy of my actual responsibilities with a laughing emoji. Now, of course, he's being sarcastic. I think it's reasonable for us to surmise that Lupe is being sarcastic with that. But there's some meat on this little Drake bone here. So I'm going to go ahead and share another screen so that we can actually see the meme because I thought that it was hilarious. So here we go here. So I don't know who these guys are. It looks like the TikToker's name is I am Tracor. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but we'll play this here and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I thought it was pretty funny.
Us guys don't wear New Balance and Levi's. I'm off of spiritual lifting, but I don't fly spirit. For your birthday, your man got a table at Hibachi. Y'all sleep at the Sheraton. All that shit embarrassing. Us guys don't wear New Balance and Levi's.
Well,
So yeah, Drake got people, mostly men, I would think, because none of these lyrics pertain to women, questioning why they should even be alive, I guess. Because I guess if you can't ball out like Drake, then what's the point of even trying, right? So Lupe has some funny comment on that. What did you think about what Lupe had to say about Drake's lyrics?
I feel like it was, it was fun. It was a nice little joke there. It makes sense, but that's what all rappers do. So all rappers take a number 2 on your life and tell you about how fly their life is and how they can do all this fly shit and you can't, and how they do what they want and you do what you can. And that's hip hop in a nutshell, or that's at least that's what it's evolved to. And braggadocious, beat over my chest, ego rap. And granted, you're not supposed to listen to it from that lens, though. And that's the whole thing. It's like, nah, you're not supposed to listen like that. You're supposed to listen to it as if you're the one that doesn't fly spirit. And even if you fly in spirit, bruh, you still flying. So it's like most dudes, like, So if you don't get caught up with the Joneses, if you ain't trying to keep up with everybody, and if you listening to braggadocious rap, so you can beat on your chest in your own way. At least that's what I used to do. When I was listening, these guys talking about some, they waking up in Bentleys and stuff. Well, I was waking up in a Toyota Corolla, but you couldn't tell me sharp when I had that Corolla. I was still pulling females. You know what I'm saying? I'm still where I need to be, point A, point B. I'm in class. I'm at work. I'm at the basketball court. What's happening? And I'm listening to these guys talking about how they riding in their Maybachs and in their Maseratis. But as I'm riding in my Corolla, I'm in my Maybach or my Maserati. So it's all about how you choose to listen to the music. I feel like this is a funny joke, and Drake does do that quite often. But to me, it's water under the bridge, man. I think braggadocious rap, if used in the right context when you're listening to it, could actually boss you up and put you in a situation where you ain't got a fly spirit no more. But how about you, bro? How do you feel about this, man? You think that ego? You think Drake is out here tearing down men's egos?
Yeah, he is. But that's not he is, but that's not Drake's fault. That is the fault of us, the people, who have decided that we are going to worship this music and take it literally instead of figuratively. So it's not Drake's fault. Drake is sharting on us, but it ain't his fault. It's our fault. And by our, I don't mean me specifically. I mean us people. Right. you know, we can. So the music. We came up on music. Like this, late '90s into the 2000s. The coke raps, bricks, all of that kind of stuff that we was listening to. And I listen to all of that stuff, trap rap, whatever you want to call it. Jay-Z's my favorite. I listen to all of those guys who are talking about selling cocaine and having sex with my wife or my girlfriend. And,
your wife.
my wife, my JV Wynn's wife. Yeah, a rapper's gonna have sex with my wife or my girlfriend, right? So like I grew up listening to all of that, and did it tear me down? No, because I knew that I was listening to this for entertainment purposes and with a filter, which allowed me to extract the good things from it and leave everything else on the cutting room floor. So when I would listen to Jay-Z say, "Who want to bet us that we don't touch lettuce, stack cheddars forever, live treacherous, all the etc." Like I interpreted that as, who want to bet that I'm not going to be out here getting money doing my thing and living my life to the fullest. That's the translation that it was for me. Not literally that I need to be out here living treacherous, all the etc. And if that's not what I'm doing, then I'm a failure.
Right.
And I think that what's happened with the microwave generation and people's shortened attention spans, because we need everything. A video can't exceed 30 seconds now or too long, or like a caption on a social media post can't be more than a few sentences or it's too long. Like our attention spans is so short that now we listen to music the same way. And we no longer have the capacity for consuming it with a translator tool. We take it all literally. And because we take it all literally, we're going to fall short of the expectations in Drake's music. And now we are going to become a defeatist, and we're going to live a defeatist mentality. So it's because of how we have desensitized ourselves to information that has caused what Lupe said in that post to be funny, but to a certain extent also be true. And now for me, I've chosen to protect myself against this when it comes to women, because I don't know who takes the lyrics in this music more literally, men or women. I don't know who does it. I don't know who's worse. I don't know if it's equal, if it's more women who do it, or if it's more women do it. I don't give a damn. I just know I'm protecting myself from all of it. And I remember one day, it was, matter of fact, I remember exactly the day it was. It was July 4th last year. So this was almost a year ago. I was having a conversation with my aunt. We were at at our family house out in Hallandale Beach. And it was July 4th, and we was eating, having a good time. And my aunt, she was asking me about my dating life because, of course, me being now at the time, I was still consider myself. No, I was 36, so that's late 30s at that point. So I'm late 30s and still single, so I'm often probed by the older women in my family with questions as to why that is the case. So she was asking me about my relationship status, and she's like, "Well, what kind of woman are you looking for? What are some of the qualities? Do you care about this? Do you care about that?" And she was asking me, do I have racial preferences, dating preferences? Do I care if she has kids? All of this kind of stuff. And, one of the things that I kind of told her was, some of those things for me are non negotiable. And some of those things I'm more flexible on. But something that I think at this point I've become non negotiable on is whether she listens to rap or hip hop music. I've got yeah, and I told her, I said, I think I've gotten to a point where if I meet a girl and she tells me she likes modern hip hop and rap, I'm pretty much going to disqualify her. I don't even want to talk to her because some of these women out here, and again, this is a generalization, so I'm not saying all women, but me, I'm just speaking from a man's perspective as someone who's trying to protect himself from tomfoolery, from shenanigans, from being bamboozled, led astray, right? Some of these chicks listening to this music literally will hear Drake talk about how lame it is that a man took his woman to the Sheraton. Now, look, woman, we gonna go on vacation. I might put us up in a Sheraton. Now, I've been in a Sheraton before. Sheraton's are nice digs. They're nice digs. Right? All expenses paid. Listen, I'm paying for these flights. I'm paying for the reservation. If we go out to dinner or you want to go gallivanting around the streets, spend a day at the beach and rent a cabana, I'm paying for this shit. So if we spend this vacation at the Sheraton, who the hell are you to feel some type of way about that? There should be some appreciation on your part because I arranged this little getaway of ours. Now, the wrong type of woman with the wrong type of mindset who listens to too much Drake is going to feel as though me putting us up in the Sheraton is inadequate. I don't want to deal with that kind of woman personally. So again, I'm not saying that it's all women, but I'm just saying for the women who don't listen to this music with a filter, it has become their religion, just like it's become a lot of men's religion. It's become a lot of our religion as people, where we listen to it literally and we take cues from it and we allow ourselves to, be sequestered into the recesses of self-degradation. Because if we're not doing it literally how these rappers put it, we ain't doing it good enough. So, I might be in the mall one day and I might say, hey, these New Balances, they're my girl size. She likes sneakers. Maybe I can buy her a pair of New Balance. Now, the woman who listens to too much Drake and takes it literally is going to say, I didn't do well enough because I bought her New Balance. Conversely, if I listen to Drake too literally and my girl decides to, now mind you, I don't wear Levi's jeans, but that's not the point. The point is, if my girl's in the mall and she decides she wants to buy me a nice pair of jeans, I should appreciate that, as opposed to succumbing to my inner Drake and feeling like these jeans aren't good enough because my girl decided to buy me Levi's and not some bullshit $500 pair of jeans. Listen, if we go to Fiji, we might have to fly Spirit to get there.
Boy, I am not going to stop. Not going to Fiji. Hey, right,
but that's my. I know. Look, the Spirit part is rough because Spirit might be where I draw the line. I've never flown Spirit before, but what I'm saying is, if the guy works hard and he wants to whisk you away on Spirit, you might have to go on Spirit.
No, you probably got to take a Spirit flight.
Yeah, like have some appreciation. But if you listen to too much Drake and whoever Drake's counterparts are on the female end, because you got these female rappers who rap about the same BS, right? Yeah. And so, if you take this stuff too literally because it's become your religion, you might be subject to look at your partner a certain kind of way because they're making these accommodations for you. Sheraton, New Balance, Levi's, Spirit Airlines, whatever. Hey, look, we just going to Myrtle Beach for the weekend, baby. It don't gotta be on a 747 Delta first class with the movie screen. You know, it can be a Spirit. It's a 1 hour flight in and
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
We gonna be staying at a beach house. We gonna be staying at an Airbnb that's right there on the beach. I am paying for all this. But hey, if you listen to too much Drake, you might think you need to trade me in for a guy who's gonna send you out there on a, whatever, first class, whatever,
yeah,
jet blue, whatever.
yeah.
And so I think about that conversation with my aunt that I had on that fateful July 4th afternoon last year. And I just protect myself and I say, you know what, red flags, you listen to what kind of music? Because the thing is this, is that a harsh judgment to make? Absolutely. I'm not saying that it's fair. I don't believe in fairness in life. I've said that many times on this channel. I don't think fairness exists. I think you get what you work to earn. There's no such thing. Fairness is a place where they judge pigs. It doesn't exist. It's not real. There's what you can earn through the work you put in and what you can't. So there is no such thing as fair. I get judged a certain type of way by women who don't know me every day. You think that's going to stop my train? Hell no. It is what it is. Some women don't think I'm good enough because I don't have a full beard. Does that stop me? No, I keep it moving. I don't have the tattoos they need. I'm not 6'6". Is that going to stop my train? No. And there's women who think like that. So yeah, I'm going to look at a woman who is in this hip hop stuff. You got nothing but Drake, Sweetie, Cardi B. That's all on your playlist. Lotto, Coil Ray. I can name them all down the list. They all sound the same. They make the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Doja Cat.
Yeah.
If I look on your Spotify playlist and that's all I see, I'm out the door. I don't give a damn. You could be the most wholesome chick in the world. I'm protecting myself from the possibility that I'm going to run into a chick who's going to feel like I'm inadequate because I decide to put us up in a Sheraton on a 4-day vacation that I'm paying for 100%. So I think the meme is funny. I think Lupe's reaction is funny, but I do think that these lyrics come from a certain place because on both sides, I look at it as, in certain respects, problematic. Because you got a lot of these dudes out here who worship this music, who really do feel like they need to put themselves down because they ain't doing what Drake does. And then you got a lot of these women who feel like if, Drake done got into their head so heavy that if these lyrics can't apply to their personal situation or their personal circumstance with respect to their social circle, the men that they with, whomever, they're going to trade you in, bro. So best take heed and pay attention. That's what I say. But otherwise, I thought this was funny. Again, I'm not necessarily, I'm trying to, I try to not blame the music or the artist for all this stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and say this is Drake's fault necessarily. Because it's not. Because he can do that stuff. That's his reality.
Right.
He's not at fault for this. It's not his fault. But some of us who worship this music shit, we have no one to blame but ourselves for some of the circumstances that transpire as a result of this religion that we have chosen to adopt by way of this music stuff.
And I'll piggyback off the what you say, the rap music thing, because it's not, for me, it's not so much rap music, although I completely understand what you're saying. And so, but I'll be a little bit more lenient. Depends on what kind of rap.
Okay.
So I'll be more lenient. And but to double down on what you're saying, I would say more or less like if they want to keep up with the Joneses, period. And if they always in their phone seeing what Mr. and Mrs. Jones is up to, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because at that point, the Drake lyrics stick when they listen to it.
Yeah.
So at that point, she goes, I mean, I walked out my house with New Balances. You know what I'm saying? On my way to wherever, on Spirit. Took her to Hibachi. Yeah, took her to Hibachi. And now I'm getting judged wearing Levi jeans. And so she's gonna sit there and go, and if she's keeping up with the Joneses. First of all, if because New Balances ain't it. They not. They never been it really. I mean, you can pull them off here or there, but you gotta pull them off that way. What if you don't
can
pull
make
them
them
off
look
that way?
cute. They could work. I think they work. I think a chick can get away with it more than
I'm
a
talking
guy
about
can.
you, bro. I'm talking about
Oh
dudes,
yeah.
bro.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you can't.
no.
First date, you showing up with New Balances, bro? No, you're not doing that unless you know what I'm saying. You stepping like that as a person, and these New Balances just rock like that because you seen them at the store. Goddamn, they go hard with that shirt I had before, and then you did that and you pulled that off like that. And now if you did that, you would buy New Balances. You see, hopefully you're not just opposed to the brand New Balance. Then you ain't no different than Drake. So it's like then you ain't no different, bro. So I would wear New Balances. You know what I'm saying? I did want a pair too, but they were surprisingly expensive whenever I was trying to buy them. I was like, I ain't trying to spend $100 and something. By the way, I got a budget on shoes, bro. I don't spend nothing over $50, and I still be fresh on the ass. That's besides the point. So the point I'm trying to make is that if she tries to keep up with the Joneses, she's a dangerous human. So she's not just going to do it with rap. She'll do it with her reality shows or her whatever. And she believes what Mr. and Mrs. Jones is up to, and she's trying to keep up with them. And you being a person that don't care about what they're doing, and you moving at your own rate, which is always slower. So if she thinks what you're doing is lame because you're being you and you ain't following what the Joneses is doing, to hell with her.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. So that can be diagnosed real quick. And that's, hey, what's your favorite TV show? What's your favorite genres of music? Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, unfairly judge it like a motherfucker. And be like, no, you're out of here. You're out of here.
Damn right. Yep.
What's that? City Girls. And by the way, I seen a clip today. It's old, but May, which is old on the internet. With Young Miami. Yeah. Young Miami sitting there talking about something. She don't want her daughter to grow up to be a city girl. Girl, that's your group. You out here preaching the city girl gospel, but that ain't no different than Jeezy sitting there telling us to trap or die. He told me to trap or die, bro. But he's sitting there, got a whole family at the crib, got a son graduating from whatever, proud father. Oh no, I talk about that on wax.
They just like Cardi B. Cardi B do the same thing. Rob this dude, tie him up, rob him. Meanwhile, she's married with with 2 kids and a whole husband in a marriage. She ain't tying nobody up.
So what are we talking about? So my thing is that yeah. So if they do, because I've met girls before that were genuine hip hop people. So she can listen to rap. If she could sit down and tell me that her favorite rapper is Big Pun. So it's like, oh, why is Big Pun? And then she can, whatever. Diddly 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 diddly. And it's like, she even know the words. God damn it. Versus some Drake stan sitting there telling me that, oh, no. And by the way, the reason why I scrounged up on Spirit, because I have flown Spirit, this past year, you know what I'm saying? But it was an hour flight. It was rough, bro. But if you do like an hour and a half,
yeah,
you're doing two some hours, bro. I don't know. For me, I just couldn't take it. It was just too much moving, But nevertheless, man, that's why I said Fiji, bro. A regular plane, I'll be dead. I'm not.
Well, I was just making my point. I don't even think Spirit flies international like that. I don't think they
could.
No. But yeah. More so like I'm putting this up and we going to like Myrtle Beach or Martha's Vineyard or somewhere like that for the weekend. We going to Atlanta for a few days and you feel like we low grading it because we flying Spirit. Meanwhile, I'm paying for all of this and we gonna have a blast when we get there. Girl, you out your damn mind.
Yeah, man. So if they because Sheridan's a clean. So yeah, but Drake is, the ward off or whatever it is, and goddamn Ritz Carlton. He's 5-star guy, so he can't. Of course, him standing to Sheridan. What sense does that make? So him talking about his lifestyles, whatever, and his braggadocious rap, and we all know he ain't lying, which is the ultimate flex. So him doing that all day long, that's his business. But for the regular everyday people at the crib, if they are measuring themselves up, hopefully they're not. But there's too many people that try to keep up with what's going on. And I thought, man, I stopped in like 11th grade. I couldn't keep up no more. It was everything started changing. It was every other thing. So as soon as like white tees came in, and then other stuff started to come out, I was like, I'm chilling with these white tees, bro. I don't need your name on my shirt, bro. Like, I don't need Fat Farm or Fubu or none of this weird stuff. Averix,
boy, Fat Farm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need people's name on my stuff. I don't need none of that. I'm just rocking and rolling. So for me personally, I like people outside of the box themselves. So that way, if they do watch or listen to something, there's compartmentalization somehow, some way from the person that I'm dealing with. But if there is no compartmentalization, if they're just parroting talking points, then at that point, then my New Balances ain't clean enough. My Chaconis or Sauconys, whatever you want to call them, ain't clean enough. I do got a pair of those, bro. Straight from middle school, bro. I got a pair of Chaconis. And so if I walk somewhere with my Chaconis and she goes, "Oh, what are those? Those aren't J's?" And if you know what I'm saying, like I ain't got time for that. So so just keep the people that's keeping up with the Joneses, male or female, are dangerous people to me, and I don't associate with them because whatever you do ain't never good enough. It is always too slow, too lame, or too whatever. And those people, I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah, too slow, too lame, too boring, too replaceable. That's how I look at it. Too replace. Because man, listen, those types of people are just going to be on the lookout for the upgrade. And at the moment that they see an opportunity to upgrade, they're going to seize upon it, and they're going to leave you in their wake, and they're not going to give a damn. So just leave them out, like leave them alone. The music thing, it's the type of music.
Yeah, I got you.
So it wasn't necessarily that you listen to rap or hip hop, but let me see what is on your damn songs on your Spotify. I need to see what your playlist looks like, because that tells a lot about a person, and it is what it is. This is not a judgment-free zone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm judging all day, every day, because I don't got time. I'm not investing in a person who, to me, is lacking in genuine human qualities, to the point where they're going to look down upon someone who's willing to provide just because they're not acquiescing to what your cultural, messages and signifiers are telling you to. And furthermore, I don't think it is a good practice for anyone to associate with people who don't think for themselves. And like we talk about that on this channel often, the value of thinking for yourself. And trust and believe, that's a skill. Not everyone inherently thinks for themselves. There were people who were put on this earth to be conformists, and there are people who were put on this earth who have the ability to break away and think for themselves and do so comfortably. And so I only think that you can succeed personally, in personal, professionally, personally, relationships, however, whatever context you want to put it, when you surround yourself in environments with people who think for themselves. And people who do that kind of stuff don't. Whether it's men who say, "Oh, I'm not good enough because I can only put my girl in a Sheraton." Bro, put your girl in a damn Sheraton.
For real.
Okay, be happy about that shit. And then the girl who wants to say, "Oh, this ain't good enough because we ain't at the W," or whatever. Like, look, go get with the guy who's gonna do that, and he's also doing it for his 8 other concubines as well. So go get with that guy who's doing that then, if you feel so inclined to keep up with that mentality. But that she also, much like the male counterpart, is a person who does not think for herself. So those people can go be sheep and be herded with the rest of the conformists. And yeah, bro, I'm like you. I don't care, bro. You see, I get my clothes and I'm good with them.
Oh yeah.
The way they fit and how they look on me is what I care about. Brand names are secondary, because I'm gonna make it do what it do regardless.
Exactly.
And ain't nobody gonna get me off my square with that. Right. So you can go somewhere if you feel like I'm not wearing whatever these goofy rappers are wearing, because I don't give a shit. But yeah, I thought that this was funny, interesting commentary, and I think there's some meat on the bone, albeit it being a comedy bit, because it was meant to be funny in a parody, but there's some meat on that, because you got a lot of these robots out here. How do you like to say it? 001, 001.
Yeah, boy.
Well, Sheraton 001, New Balance 001, Spirit 001. So steer clear.
Yes.
And steer clear.
Yeah, man. And I'll just say this. Yeah, like you said, bro, people that think for themselves, those are the best people, but not so much for themselves that they just want to be a contrarian. So, some balance, bro.
Yeah,
Because
right.
I can be a bit of a contrarian, but some people live on contrary. And it's like you're just disagreeing with me at this point, just for the
Just
sake
for
of
the sake of
disagreeing.
doing it, right? Yep.
So you're trying to be unique too hard. So there is a balance. I mean, we there's a give and take when it comes to following societal norms, but when we're dealing with these, like I said, materialistic things, that's an issue. And materialism, man, I'm materialistic to a degree. I feel like most people are, especially if you're living in Western societies and North America specifically. So there is a degree of materialism that most of us have been indoctrinated with. So just work with that and balance it, man. But if it's to the extreme of something dropped last week and your skin itching because you got the old edition, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to, look in the mirror and ask yourself, hey, am I taking this too far? And I had to ask myself, for things too on these things. Because there'd be something dropping or whatever, and I needed to have it so I can stun on other people. And it's just like, hey, man, why you got to do that? And I had to, ask myself. Sometimes I got it, sometimes I didn't. But there's people who live on that mode. And those are the people that I say, hey, man, some of the people might be in your family, whatever. I ain't trying to say avoid completely, but, just, understand your personnel and handle that as you should, because they'll try to drag you down with all kinds of slanderous terms, trying to chop down your ego because you were smarter than they were in the sense of that you decided to stay in your lane. And, misery loves company, because, check their bank statements after that. But yeah, man, take it to that Sheraton, that Embassy Suites, you know what I'm saying? That, what are what did you call those? Marriott's? Come on, man. Do your thing, bro, and chill with you with something off the radar. You know what I'm saying? Off of social media. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Hey, you want to know what I'm looking for, ladies? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, off the radar. But yeah, man. But all that materialistic city girl stuff, it's for the birds. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Yeah, let them have it indeed, man.
Mm-hmm.
Think for yourself, people. That's the motto. No pun intended, Drake. And appreciate Lupe for the response, because otherwise we wouldn't have had this content for the channel today.
Lupe.
So yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff indeed.
And by the way, that Lupe album, that first one,
Food and Liquor.
Oh man, unbelievable.
Food and Liquor.
Great job on that one, sir. Still listening.
I don't use, that the word classic is thrown around a little too much, but it's great. It's great.
It's a great listen. I used to love that thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lupe.
Yeah, shouts out Lupe. And that'll do it for tonight's stream, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Another Conscious Approach video on the YouTube channel in the books. Thank you for watching. And again, like I always say, man, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think about the commentary in these videos, because we certainly appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS. You can also find Conscious Approach on Instagram at ConApproach, CONAPPROACH. Check us out also on the Facebook page as well. Leave a comment, like the page, follow the page, all that good stuff. Yeah. And be on the lookout for a Conscious Approach wherever your Spotify fix is, wherever you get your Spotify fix, wherever you get your podcast fix, whether it's Spotify, Pandora, all of that good stuff, Apple Music, but the hub is right here on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, let us know what you think, join the tribe, help us keep this thing moving. We love doing this each and every week. And until the next video, we'll catch you on the flip side.
And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS and on YouTube at Dogon SS. Also, Hurricane Dogon on YouTube. And as I say on every pod, guys, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it player. And don't let anybody get you off your pivot. All right. So shout out to all my coloreds, my Negroes and African Americans. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Yes, sir. Until next time, y'all, we are signing off. Another video in the books. We'll see you later. Peace out.
Peace. Skirt, skirt.